Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today, well, big special announcement. Woo! Not really big special announcement. We just decided to start the episode without Drycha screaming at everyone. Because, well, it was wearing thin, wasn't it? Just the ah! And now you guys have it anyway, so the special announcement was for naught. Ah! Drycha, come on, girl. It's not all so bad. Okay, you're doing great. Everyone's proud of you. Ah! Just leave her alone, guys. Okay, she just needs time alone. She just needs time alone. So, Durthu the Forgotten. Always forgotten about him. So, Zotes can go. What are you doing, Janet? What are you doing? Why? Treatment. We need treatment. So, someone pointed this out in the comments. A few episodes ago now. Most likely. I don't really know. I record all these in advance, but it's a few days ago, certainly. But certainly for you guys watching. Durthu the Forgotten here, his whole thing is that he gets buffs for treatment. And I didn't bother to get him any treatment. I mean, it almost doesn't really matter. The army's still good, but, like, whatever. We should get him some trees. It just feels right. That and too many Zotes spoils the broth. Pretty sure they say that. No, too many Zotes were sort of a bit pointless. They're fine. But I think that, like, they were just turning into a big mosh pit for the most part. These units just tear through things so quickly anyway that having that many Zotes felt like overkill. I think having a couple of treatment in the middle to help just sort of push the line. They've got the murder of spites that can do damage over time to nearby things. Them in the front line is going to be great, and the Zotes can sort of body block any cavalry that comes in, and then Hawks can dive on whatever and tear them to bits. So the Zotes aren't really the most useful thing for taking out, like, you know, heavy cavalry or anything, because I have a billion Hawks, so I can just get a surround on anything with a billion Hawks and tear them to bits. So, you know, the Zotes don't really have much of a job here. They would do in, like, other armies, maybe. If it's like a War Dancer army, I could see them being super useful. But right now we have a billion Hawks, so I think we're good. So we're going to get some treatment, so we can finally make use of that. Okay, so Drycha, what were you doing? Nothing. Nothing at all. Tala Bitterbark, though. She is going to do something, because I've decided we are going on an adventure. Boop. Hello, Lord Shotok? Shotuk? Shotuk. I'm going to go with Shotuk. Lord Shotuk. Yeah, Sacred Pools. Sacred Pools, we're going to take them. I love the Sacred Pools now has, like, a sacred vibe about it now. It's not just a random settlement. It feels a lot better this way because, well, they're a sacred place, right? They are imbued with a lot of power. And so to have that power harnessed by potentially the Wood Elves, you know, this is sort of a force of nature. You know, I think it works. I think it works. And I like it. It makes it a little bit more special. Gives it more of, I don't know, it's just a better vibe, I think. Because for most factions, they aren't necessarily going to be able to harness that. So it's just like another random settlement that probably has terrible climate for them. Which I think tracks, you know? It's only a useful place for those who can harness it. Otherwise, you just raise it to the ground. So it just feels a bit more fitting now, I think. So that's fun. That's a lot of fun. So we've got Tala over there, Jean the Wilder. This is getting a little tricky, I think. I think what we might do is actually head back to Lorelorn Forest. Because this is going to come in... Oh no, 2 more turns actually, so we could just get there. But replenishment isn't looking great here. Like, if I have to fight them as well, we're not going to be near full strength with our Dryads. And if this appears on its final turn, I think it could be a little tricky. It'll be a lot bigger than the other armies. We might be okay. We might be okay. I don't like that we're tired right now. You know what, we're going to retreat. We can set up an ambush in the trees over here. I think that'll be fun. So we've got Jean the Wilder there, Durthu the Forgotten, I remember now, and Drycha. Cool. Okay, we're good. Let's go to the next turn, probably. Could I? Nah, boring. Let's go for Alith Kyle, I think. That seems like the most fun thing to do. Although, we are getting quite a few port settlements now. But then are we recruiting a bunch more armies? Do we really need the income? I mean, we got enough income for the 4 armies that we currently have. And I'd say 4 armies is quite enough armies. Is a bit of extra port income going to switch things all that much? Is it going to suddenly let us have everything? I don't know. I'm not sure. Magic item drop chance is quite nice. Let's go Arith Kale. Let's head over there. We'll head that way. We'll see how it goes. Try and get some words. Replenishment. I remember now. Words are good. I'm good at them. Boom. Every time there's a comma in Drycha's like phrases, I always feel like she's done talking because there's always such a long pause, which, you know, is unfortunate. You don't want to interrupt her. She's not very happy. Anyway, yes, Lord Shotuk has decided to attack us, which, or at least declare war on us. I don't know if he's actually going to attack or just stand there. We didn't look at his army, did we? Well, he's attacked us, and that's his army. We found his army, guys. That's really cool, actually. All the blessed units, that makes it very, very special. And as well, it makes sense that he would have blessed spawnings, because he's from the sacred pools. So it makes sense that he have a bunch of sacred, you know, units, essentially, right? All the blessed spawnings. So I like that. That's very thematic, but also offers some great variety, because suddenly you're fighting a bunch of people that got, you know, more unique traits to them, which is pretty cool. So, yeah. God, this is going to be a nuisance, isn't it? Engine of the Gods? Wow. Yeah, this is not going to be easy, actually. And have you got, I don't know, the extra melee defense is probably quite good here. That is probably quite handy, and the bonus versus infantry means we will be hitting the Temple Guard, and the Temple Guard don't actually have a lot of armor for, like, elite units. Still pretty armored, but, like, not hugely. So the bonus versus infantry might be enough to circumvent that armor. We might just be, like, break even, I think. The sacrifice to armor piercing for, yeah, we might just be breaking even on that, perhaps, a little bit. Maybe slightly in their favour. Whatever, we're going to fight them, and we're going to kill them. And we've got a bunch of trees, they're angry, and have huge armor-piercing debuffs. You know what, these are not the aspects we're looking for. This is going to be very, very rotten. Let's try it. Okay, so... I guess we go up top. We could deploy into these trees and use the trees as cover. Like, having one side as cover means that the Cold One Riders aren't really going to be able to do anything, which is good. We'll spread them out as best we can, so we've really got them on either side. Spread out the Murderous Spites as best we can, because that's the thing. Any ability could only proc once on anything. So if you have an ability, like, that, you know, is damage over time, you need to spread those units out, because there won't be overlap. There won't be overlap. However, if you have several abilities of different names that have the same effect, that will stack. So if you've got, say, I don't know, Murderous Spites, and somehow you have a Mortis engine, I don't exactly know how that could happen, but potentially in co-op, or, you know, if you have some weird alliances going on. So say you got a Treeman with Murderous Spites and a Mortis engine, they will both have their different damage over time, so they will proc separately. But if you have two abilities of the same name, it won't work. So that's something to consider. So anyway, you want to spread them out. You want to spread them out. Good. Let's start the battle. I can't really see. I think we just need to straight up turn off foliage, don't we? Yes, we do. Yeah, hold spacebar and it gives you those. It gives you those. And this is interesting. They don't really have much in the way of missiles, so... You know what? You guys actually stay in there. Stay hidden. So these guys have 132 speed. We're not going to be able to catch them. We're not going to be able to catch the little sods. Except they have Fire Leech Bowlers, so actually we can just chase them with one, because they can't... Fire Leech Bowlers can't be used to target other units that are in the sky. Bet you guys didn't know that. They can. I'm pretty sure they didn't used to be able to do that. I thought they behaved the same way as the deck dropper bombers. Well, now I feel foolish. Now I feel foolish. You're all actually hidden, aren't you? So the enemy aren't coming. Okay, in that case, let's direct them over here. Yeah, really didn't think they could do that. I mean, he's never going to hit me, but... Okay. Can you come over here so you can spot our boys? Please? Alright, we're gonna circle around. And so we can just surround these guys. If they're surrounded, then, you know, then they can't do anything about it, so, yay. Alright, you guys can move in back here. Okay, good. This works. So we should have these file-each bowlers caught. Nope, they sort of escaped or sort of got caught. Hard to say, honestly. Very hard to say. But, oh, will you look at that? Will you look at that? They got shattered, basically immediately. How many kills did they get? 2. Yeah, those Cold One Riders really showed us. And it looks like we've showed those file-each bowlers. That's great. How many kills did they get? 0. 0. Come on, boys. Have you lost us again? Have you lost us again? You don't know where we are anymore, do you? Oh, my word. They're shattered. Excellent. In that case, boop. And let's just stick out a little bit. They'll see one corner, send some units after us, and then, yeah, we'll keep going. Also, hopefully this guy will misfire and just shoot something randomly and really mess up. That's the dream. So, I think we can just crush these guys. No, they're not gonna stick around, are they? That's a pity. And what are you doing? Oh, you're trying to heal the Cold One Riders. That's really sweet of you. Aw. How cute. Okay. Come on, boys. What are you doing? Who are you attacking? I really don't know. Is it them? Something. So these guys, what I love is flying units with armor piercing are so good against cavalry because they always get the charge. And the cavalry never does. And cavalry needs to get the charge off. The charge bonus is a lot of its ability to kill you. So there we go. Perfect. Yeah, it's a lot of the ability to kill you. So an air force, perfect. Absolutely perfect against that lot. And here comes the big lasers. Oh, will you look at that? They kind of missed most of it. Nice. Okay, what do we want to do now? Not sure. Not sure. But I like all the death lasers, they're fun. Okay, good. Carnosaurs all up in their grill over here. So, not entirely sure how to go about this. I'm not sure if we can really get a good hit on these guys with the billion birds. Now I'm thinking maybe we can, actually. Although I think I might want to get rear charge into the Blessed Temple Guards. Ah, this umming and ahhing is going to cost me, that's for sure. Okay. You lot move up and around. We'll put pressure on them. And you guys go for the Blessed Temple Guards. And I guess one of you can go for these Blessed Saurus Warriors. So the skirmishers are going to be the biggest problem here, I think. Which is why we're going to try and get on top of them over here. So I got some good damage into the Blessed Temple Guards and the Saurus Warriors, but we're going to have to back off again, I think. Excuse me. So let's get into those skink cohorts. Oh, come on, boys. Get out of there. And yeah, we're going to have to start punishing these guys with some spells. God, my voice has suddenly just sort of decided, you know what, I'm good. I'm good today. This is all I wanted today. Just a bit of chit-chat, that's all. So that's a good pendulum. So that should help us a lot. Yeah, well, they're not going to be able to hit a bunch of our hawks at once, so let's just try and get rid of these ancient stegodons. The hounds I don't really want to be, have here, but it's getting a lot of the enemy caught out, which is working quite well for us. Blessed Carnosaur is getting slowly whittled down, but, like, it's slow. Also, his Murderous Spites, it is proccing. Good. Good, good, good. Alright, Blessed Temple Guards. Let's get rid of you. That's going to be more space lasers. Hate more space lasers. More space lasers are the worst. But don't worry about it. Okay. You go for them, and double back. So how are our hounds doing? Wolves are doing okay. Wolves are doing okay. They've actually done pretty well against that lot, so I'm pretty happy with that. And yeah, okay, we're good. Ancient Stegodon, very hurt. Come on, boys. Okay, let's get another rear charge into these Temple Guard. I think we'll have them, honestly. I think a nice rear charge, and we should be good. So, let's get them. And yeah, with only 27 melee defense and a nice rear charge, that should do the job. Yeah, they're almost broken. Excellent. So, Ancient Stegodon having difficulty. And so the skirmishers are back, which is a pity, but... they don't seem to be doing much with the time they bought. Okay. You guys get out of there. Good hawks. Good hawks. Alright, we're doing well. Now, let's try and move back. You guys are really struggling, aren't you? You're stuck on something again, aren't you? Yes, you are. I can see one of your flags there. Alright, let's attack these Temple Guard. Let's just break all these guys. It's army losses. It's army losses time. Hooray. We killed most of the Temple Guard. Sadly, the Carnosaur got away. But it's okay. How did the Carnosaur do anyway? 33 kills. Didn't get that much value. It wasn't really attacking anything important. How did our treatment do? This is what I really want to know. Almost 5,000 value there. Well, 5,000 damage rather. 4,200 damage. Not huge. I mean, 1,200 is pretty good. How did you do? 1,300 for Tala. Value, that is. 8,000 damage. Pretty good. I just realised I never used bloody Tormentor Sword. Oh, that would have been jolly handy. Oh, well. That's what happens when you haven't played in a few days. You forget what items people have. Anyway, let's end the battle. Close victory, and I'm gonna get myself a cup of tea. Because, yeah, suddenly my voice has just decided it's tired. I haven't recorded in a few days, so maybe I just need to warm up, huh? Ah! Anyway, close victory! Yay! Okay, have a cup of tea. So everything should be fixed, because everyone knows that tea is the panacea. So, right, Tala, you did a good job. I'm proud of you. Lord, Shotek, you can, suck it. And Jean the Wilder being attacked. This should be fine. This should be fine. We can kill basically this whole army with the giant wolves, I reckon. So, let's... yeah, I think we have to fight it, or else we're going to lose a bunch of our dryads for, like, no reason. So, I think we have no choice, frankly. Also, actually, this aspect I'm not happy with either. I think we should change the more defensive one. The one that gives a bunch of armor. Because that'll really help against the Marauder Berserkers. I don't think we need the dryads for killing. I think, or do we, actually? Maybe we do. Maybe we do need these guys to be able to kill the Marauders in a hurry. But then, I guess if we give them more armor, the Marauders aren't going to be as big a threat, so it doesn't matter. I don't know. You know what, I'm going to auto-resolve this, because I think we're going to retreat back to our forest anyway. So let's do it. It went okay. It went okay. So, a Sword of Swift Slaying. Good. Norska destroyed. And then there's that imminent invasion. And if we look again, like, this is why we're not looking that great. You know, so I don't really want to jump in there at sort of, you know, half strength for a lot of these units that we'll really need to fight like a bigger Norscan force. I know it's just going to be a whole pile of mammoths and Famir. So, yeah, let's give that a miss. You, Piercing Thorns. Also, we barely buffed any of our Dryads yet. Which is fine, because the Dryads aren't really the ones doing the killing, but still. Let's give them Aspect of Oak. I actually quite like that. Also, the charge defense versus large is going to go a real long way in this army, because we don't have a bunch of treekin to sort of take the brunt of charges from the big monsters, so our Dryads will get wrecked. So that really helps. That really helps. And you got to level up, and you are our spellcaster. Aspect of Oak might be a nice thing to do. And Impenetrable Bark, just give her a ton of armor, so she can just sit in combat for a long time, refuse to die, and heal people up. Although Dwellers Below might be a nice way to clear out a bunch of sort of Marauder champions and things. So let's do Dwellers Below, that could be a good knockout punch. And then once, because that's the thing, if we can clear out the Marauders, then all of the mammoths and things fighting along with them are just going to be completely secluded, and we can just surround them with the giant wolves and tear them to bits. So that sounds like a good plan. And then we'll focus on her survivability, I think. I think that's probably a good way to go about things. So Derthu is still recruiting some trees. Drycha can... I feel like we should do something about Alariel again. Though Safari's a bit of a problem too. I think Derthu's got the north sort of covered. Currently, Nagaraith and Tiranoc aren't at war with us, so Yeah, I think we'll bring Dirthu back. Not Dirthu, Drycha. We'll bring her back and maybe go for Torfinu. Or see what Alariel does. I think... Yeah, she's still at war with Eatane. So that's good. So that's really good. So hopefully she'll go for them, not us. Although, the game does tend to prefer attacking the player when there's, you know, multiple wars. Which I guess makes sense. You want to keep the player involved in things, right? Want to make them feel like they're at war. Otherwise it's a bit silly, really. Tala. Don't need Insidious Glamour, because we're never getting elves. So that's fine. God, Tala's not immortal yet. I feel like we've had it forever. That's really surprising. Howl of the Forest might be nice. Get the extra melee attack. Buff for everyone nearby. Ancient Bark would be quite good as well. Because we do have some trees in our army. So extra survivability would be nice. That would be nice. And it would get us over here. And we can start getting things like Shield of the Forest and whatever else. Although more spells would be good too, you know. More spells would be good. Arcane Conduit is also pretty important. Let's get Evasion. Gives us some extra speed and melee defense, which is nice. The extra melee defense is always good. Especially with a big, you know, as a big monster. You really want high melee defense. Because a lot of things can be attacking you at once. Okay. Do we attack now? I feel like we could probably attack now, but what's the garrison look like? Some Croxagors, a Feral Stegodon, but it's pretty tame. I mean, we haven't really got any replenishment, so we sort of need to attack them. Because I know lizardmen don't have the best replenishment generally, and we can go into a, like, in-camp stance, but I still think that we'd just be fighting a full stack every few turns and not really gaining anything. So now is definitely our best chance to attack. So, oh wow, some of them survived. Impressive. Yeah, I guess we just dive in. I think we can actually play this a lot more aggressively than we did the last one, because they don't have the Engine of the Gods or anything, so... Yeah, I think we just charge them with everything. And yeah, I think the Croxagors, they're pretty big targets. They'll go down pretty quickly to the Hawks, I think. Because yeah, weirdly, flying units, they're actually... They have a weird sort of... it's not an actual buff, but just mechanically it's sort of... The behaviour lends themselves well to fighting tool things. If something is very tool, any Hawks that would usually overshot the enemy will just sort of smack into its head, and you'll just get extra hits on it. So you end up like hitting the same unit sort of up its body, rather than trying to fit in side by side. So Hawks can do really well. Things like it used to be completely exploitable. Things like Kolek. Kolek could get just mulched by Vargeists. It was ridiculous. It was super broken at one point. So, but it still happens to an extent, because they still spread out a bit, and they can still just hit people in multiple ways. So, yeah, tool units, like Croxagors, they will still take damage. I know they're not that tool, but we might get the odd extra hit in. It's just a weird, you know, a weird facet of the game that sort of no stat block really explains. Because it changes from patch to patch, honestly, but we'll see. We'll see how it affects it. Fight battle. I kind of want to fight it. I feel like auto-resolve would be quicker. I wasted enough time. Let's do some battles. Alright, so. Doop-doop-doop-a-doop-boop. What are we doing? Hawk. Hawk time. Let's vanguard everybody, because we're like that. I don't know where the enemy are going to be, but they usually favour being over here rather than over here, which is sort of weird, honestly. Never quite made sense to me. Right, spread out the trees for maximum Malice of Spites. And you lot, go over there. Hooray! We did it, guys, we did it. Now where are you? Hello there! Let's go get them. Alright. A nice pendulum across them would be great, wouldn't it? Love a good pendulum. Do. I do like the Stegodons. They're fun. They're very fun. Terrifying. And fun. Crossgull's colour scheme is pretty weird, isn't it? On these guys. It's the fact, you know, they've been painted. That sandy colour. But, weirdly, that sandy colour... Sort of, I don't know. It looks odd. It doesn't look like shadows are being cast on it properly. Could be the shadow settings I've got on it at the moment, or just like an illusion of that colour, but it makes the shadows look really sort of muted, so it makes it look very flat. It's painted to be a cartoon. Somehow managed to turn into a cartoon Kroxigor. I don't really understand how that's happened. Alright, so let's get in behind with our hawks, because I'm going to milk off the Blessed Pterodon Rider so we can just wipe him out nice and quickly. And overcasting it so we do it quickly. So that should be enough. Yeah, put him down 106 speed compared to 114, so we should be able to get into him. That's some interesting manoeuvring around that blob. Love it. Let's weaken them. Good. Yeah, they got trashed. Perfect. And now I'm not really sure what the enemy are doing, because they are nowhere to be seen. What are you guys doing? You don't even know, do you? You don't even know. Ooh, that was good. That was crafty. You crafty boys. Come here. Cheeky. Now what can you do? Charge those blessed skinks, that's a good shout. So, you guys are getting pinned down, you guys are all pinned. Alright, head over here, let's get rid of these Kroxigors. Maybe the blessed Carnosaur as well. It'd be quite good to kill him. And now, I mean, I'm not really seeing any good... Oh, that looks like a good one. Alright, let's overcast it so we can get the extra armor piercing. Okay, that's great. Charge the back of those skinks, please. And looks like you guys did a good job. Dinosaur's unhappy, but still alive. Sadly. Sadly still alive. And there's still some scary boys over there, but... Oh, more Kroxigors there too. So once they're... Alright, he's dealt with for the most part. They're dealt with for the most part. Alright, Hawks, let's get behind here and get into the back of these Kroxigors. Good. How you doing, Tala? How you doing? Good. Let's just wreck their day. And let's charge into the back of these Kroxigors that now can't fight back. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's what I love to see. So things are a bit iffy over here, but it seems like the Malevolent Treatment are doing fantastically. How are you lot doing? Oh, yeah, Blessed Carnosaur's coming back. I thought he would. I thought he would. And I was right. I was right. Those Kroxigors got completely murdered, and we got out of the way, they're waking the wood. Perfect. Charge the back of the Feral Stegodon. And, oh, I don't know, I'll hit those blessed chameleon skinks. And then we'll chase them down with hounds. Lovely. That's what I like to see too. There's lots of things I like to see. Mostly involving, you know, murder, which as we discussed previously is bird murder. It's when birds are doing the murdering though. Otherwise it's birdicide. Anyway. Go on. Go on, kill the dinosaur. Good. 1 billion hawks is a extinction level event. Everyone knows that. Good job, everyone. Good job. And let's turn trees back on, because I like trees. Good. Oh, lush. Very lush. Wonderful. Decisive victory. That's what I like to see. Okay, Tala, doing us proud. So, we have another tree, guys. We have another forest. We have another forest settlement. We have another magical forest. It's ours. It's going to be great. It's not yet, but it will be. It will be great once we have some kindreds. It's only going to take 2 turns, though. Wow. Yeah, we're getting a lot of growth now, just from like various outposts and buildings in our other trees. That's really good. Like, things are really escalating now, which is lovely, though it'll still take a while. Let's get some recruitment buildings recruited. The little garrison one. Undergrowth lookouts, because Skaven are no doubt nearby. Because there is Chakwa over here, which I'm assuming is Clan Pestilence, maybe. Something like that. Although, it does look like there is a big line of lizardmen here, so maybe not. But presumably this is something Skaven. I mean, it could be Ikit Claw. Sort of pushed in and around, then been pushed out by Tehenowin. I really don't know. I really have no idea. I haven't been on the Mortal Empires Lustria map in ever. because whenever I'm playing a faction that has any right to be down here, I play it on the Vortex map, because the Vortex map has a lot more of Lustria. So, you know. And if I'm starting down here, it's not like I'm ever invading the Empire. So, it really doesn't matter. You know, I really don't need the rest of the map to exist. So, yeah, I'm always on the Vortex map. I don't recognise this place. I really don't. I don't know the flow of combat here. I don't know who tends to win out and where people tend to be. So, it should be interesting. We might see Lokia down here, for all I know. Could be interesting. So, Tala Bitterbuck. What should we get you? What should we get you, girl? We could start buffing her own sort of, you know, melee prowess, but I just don't think she needs it. She's got so much armor. There's just no stopping her, really. She's just going to sit in combat and murder people with spells, so who really cares? Occam's Mind Razor could be good, if we could overcast it, because we are blobbing up a lot with her army. Certainly with the front line. So giving them all, essentially, like, an extra 50% damage is pretty great. I say essentially, just straight up, another 50% to all their damage is really good. So, that would turn our Dryads into even more killy machines. Which I like. So Occam's Mind Razor it is. There we go. Scroll of Shielding. Lord Shotik. Dead. Good stuff. The Wardens of the Living Pools are dead. Everybody's dead. Excellent. Alright, I love it. So that'll be going up. We should get some events pretty soon to be able to do, which is a lot of fun. I do like the events associated with the new area. And this is an area I have been... Actually, I have been down here once. I was down here on the Vortex campaign when I played with the Sisters of Twilight. I came down here. But, yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this actually. So all my test campaigns, I didn't read any of the flavor text. So I don't really know what the events are about in any of these areas. I didn't read the flavor text because I wanted to be fresh when I did it with you guys. So I don't take anything for granted. I'm not just like, oh yeah, that thing. Fine, you know, whatever, moving on. Because it's nice just to sort of like, oh wow, that ties into this thing. I want that to be fresh. I want that to slap me in the face so I can share it with you. So, yeah, anyway. Right, Death is good. I think we're good everywhere, in fact. Oh, Guy Vale can get an upgrade. Yeah, we're rolling in money right now. That's perfect. And we can also get the big income building, which we hadn't got yet. Okay, that's awesome. We're going to be rolling in money. Which is nice. It's a good thing to roll in, apparently. Just ask Scrooge McDuck.
Oh, mighty lord. The fates have surely selected you for greatness. Thanks to my guidance, your tremendous power grows, as if driven by some divine power. Your enemies tremble before you.
So this guy's giving himself way too much credit. The only reason we keep this guy around is he's got a pet bird, and we love Birder. That's the only reason. It's the only reason. It's the only reason. But, you know, we'll let him think what he wants, silly meatbag. As harmony is restored to the dark places of the world, the Oak of Ages thrums with nature's power. The sanctuary of Athel Loren can be found anywhere. The Azhag, or the forest's other protectors, yeah, that's more like it, tread, should there be sufficient will to maintain the delicate balance. United against us, Midland. Really, mate? You hadn't had enough the first time? No, he didn't. Alright, oh god, frame rate's always so horrible when you're in this stance. I was hoping they'd fix that, it's still a bit weird. I don't know what it is, it seems like when you're in World Route stance, it calculates the distance, but like every tick, so it's constantly recalculating, so it's always slow. That's the impression I get. But like, look at that, suddenly frame rate's just shocking. It's really weird. Like, no stance should, like, lose you for like 50% of the frame rate. It's bizarre. Also, big treed areas on the campaign map also lower the frame rate a bit more than I'd like. Oh, yeah, see, weird again. Ugh. It's up and down. Anyway, united against us, Midland. Hello, mate.
Sigmar forbids this.
So stop doing it. God, Ben. Idiot. Okay, so this guy's here.
You know nothing.
Half deer. Don't know what the rest of him is. Get it, because he's half deer. Anyway, yeah, this is better than he's had previously. So, a War Mammoth, Marauder Champions, Skin Wolves, Armoured, a couple other Skin Wolves, and Famir Warriors. So yeah, a lot better than previous ones, as I thought it would be. So yeah, there definitely seems to be correlation between the length of time you get to those ambushes, you know, and how big their army is. So I really do need to deal with this guy. It's going to take It's going to take this lad a good 2 or 3 turns to get to Laurelord Forest. Like, genuinely. So, hello. You better run. No. Yes. Yes.
Absolutely not.
Yes.
I refuse.
Well, there's nothing you can do about it.
Not likely.
Exactly. Now you're getting it. You're dead, mate. You're dead. Yes, invasion begins. I know, an enemy force is fully mustered. Oh, we're gonna have to cut the mustard. It's probably a joke in some dimension. So, whispers in the woods. Hey guys, it's me. An invasion. Rumours of a possible threat to the world routes have emerged in this region. There appears to be no immediate danger, but should you have any forces nearby, it would be wise to send them to investigate further. Yes. Alright. Let's do that. Let's do just that. And here we are. Oh, I have to carry on with the chapter objective stuff before the pop-up will pop up. It's been embarrassing now. I guess just hang on a minute, Tyler. The allies of the forest must venture far and wide. Oh, we've been doing that. We were in bloody Lustria. Don't remember seeing any Wood Elves in Lustria. Oh, except that one that hangs out with Marcus Fulfart. But anyway, the allies of the forest must venture far and wide, avenging the hurts of previous seasons. Each battle they fight, whether upon the borders of their own realm or in the lands beyond, serves to protect Athel Loren and preserve the balance of the weave upon which all living things depend. Here we go. Boats of Zotes. Oh my god, it's called Boats of Zotes. I love this event already. So, the forest is approached by an unusual force, an enormous group of Zotes, accompanied by a guard of lizardmen. The skink says the great plan insists these Zotes are the rightful inhabitants of the forests. They must be allowed to tend to it at your side. However, the forest spirits are reluctant to share power with the Zotes, whose true intentions are unknown. They urge you slay them all. Interesting. So that's rather novel. And this does sort of expand on the lore of Zotes quite a bit. That the Zotes must be seen as like a force for good generally. Even, you know, as part of the Great Plan, potentially. Which is sort of a big deal. Because I think it's heavily insinuated that these aren't a race that were, like, elevated by the old ones. It feels like they're an ancient race that was here. Already, you know, on the planet. That looks like a train. That looks like a train down the bottom left. Anyone else seeing that train? That's definitely a train. Okay, never mind. Moving on from the train. So yeah, this is really interesting. This is really cool. This actually does more to sort of characterize the Zotes than like anything written on them, because there's so little written on them. So I think that's really cool. This is nice. Good to see this stuff expanded on a bit. So for the forest spirits are reluctant, yeah, so I think we need to attack the lizardmen anyway, because although we are... That's the thing though, we have Zotes in our armies. And we know that they aren't going to do anything wrong. But also, I don't want to listen to the lizardmen, so I'm a bit confused. So they don't get the thing back though. So yeah, we just let the Zotes turn up. We just let the Zotes join us. That'll make lizardmen like us, so we can actually ally with the lizardmen, hopefully. And then go to war with the nearby Skaven. Because we don't actually need to conquer all these. Actually doing something through an alliance would be kind of cool. And, I mean, lizardmen have been here a long time. You know, as long as the forest spirits have been busy hanging out. So, I don't know, maybe... It's a tough one. I actually kind of like the idea of sparing them, just because it's Zotes, and Zotes are fine, you know? I'm fine with Zotes. We are friends with them. They're not pitiful little meaty elf things. Still made out of meat, which is weird, but they appear to be covered in bark, as far as I'm concerned. Scales are basically bark, right? That's how lizards work, right? They're made out of trees, I'm pretty sure. We'll admit the Zotes. We'll admit the Zotes. Alright, and with that... it's going up to -5, which still isn't great. I don't think they appreciate us trespassing much. Are we going to be able to be friends with the lizardmen? Is this going to work? Maybe them? That's a hand of his own. Best pleased. Well, okay, let's start heading back then. I was thinking of maybe going for Itza next turn, but I do like the idea of winning these guys over. I really do. Let's have a look at our tech. Is there anything here that make lizardmen like us more? Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. That makes high elves like us more. As does that, actually. There's a lot of ways to make high elves like us. Bit late for that. Bit late for that. That makes dark elves like us. That doesn't help much. Oh, I don't know. Elf units and... Yeah, there's nothing for lizardmen as far as I can tell. So, that makes Great Eagles better and lets us see things. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Can we win them over? Can we win them over? That'd be a nice challenge, like, in and of itself. Who are you at war with right now? The Awakened and Blessed Dread. Okay. So, I mean, I can see one red blob here, which is presumably Ikit Claw, right? And this is all the Awakened. So, I mean, if I can get over here and fight them, fine. But it seems like all of the south is lizardmen. So I guess I'll attack here. That might cheer them up, because they might not like whoever's living in Chakwa, whichever Skaven faction. Unless it is just ruins, in which case fine, we'll just take it over and that'll give us one spot. Which is green currently, because it's ruins, but still. Oh, so hang on, it's green, so it can't be Skaven then, surely. I think that might have just given it away. But maybe that's what they want us to think. I reckon it gave it away, though. I think that's actually just ruins. Huh. I'm not sure what to do with myself now, guys. I'm really not. We don't have any of that yet. I don't know. I want to win them over. I think that'd be really interesting. I think that'd be a really cool way to settle things in the south. Tala seems far less vengeful than Drycha, who's a sort of rake with branches first, ask questions later kind of girl. So yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting predicament. Sort of narratively. And we are already wiping out Ulthuan, so... Which I can't imagine the... Because, I mean, the elves are definitely part of the Great Plan to some degree, so... The idea of wiping them out, I can't imagine that the lizardmen would be happy with that. Also, we're sort of the forces of nature that the old ones controlled heavily. So... Don't know. We'll have to think on that. There's a lot of angles. There's a lot of angles to look at this from. You know? Especially just the whims of current characters, because all characters have their own motivations. It's not like everything has to follow sort of historical like doctrine. Oh, this is fun. Hello, hordes of absolute trash. So the best thing they have is flagellants. This is so thematic. I love this. This feels like a ragtag militia. You know, it's just like anyone who can pick up a stick is here, right? And just random archers and hunters and things from nearby. Or just like archers from garrisons. Just a bunch of town guard, almost. It has that impression. And then just a bunch of fanatics that are like, yeah, let's kill the monsters that have taken over all the cities. It's the end times is upon us. Monsters have taken over. Civilization is dead. This is the perfect army for sort of the current circumstances. It really is. Absolutely spot on. The implication, of course, with flagellants is that they're all sort of like fanatics of Sigmar. But in this case, a lot of these would be fanatics of Ulrich, which still works because they're not wearing helmets, and that really is... That's the main thing with Ulrichans. They don't wear helmets. So I'm willing to assume that these are Ulrichan flagellants. So, yeah, let's fight this. This will be really fun, I think. This will be really fun. Let's do it. Oh, actually, no, we're at the end of the episode. Alright, you know what? Screw all of you. We're doing this tomorrow. I love you, really. So, yeah, guys, I think we're going to end it here. And I'm going to have another cup of tea, because my voice still feels very scratchy today. I don't know why. I've not been shouting or anything. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's just it's all caught up on me. I have been... you might notice during the early access period, I was very busy. So, maybe it's just caught up on me. Poor thing. So, guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like, and subscribe. And be sure to come back next episode where we beat the crap out of Ben. And I guess the others, but mostly Ben. Ben...